007. Update CUE Q. Let's see, sir, one by one. Random quotes here. This guy gave it something good. Design is nice actually. Refresh. If I click on refresh, I'm getting different, but different color is also changing. See? So here two states are changing. One is color state, one is quote state. If I click on save, now here see that quotation is saved with one button. Okay. Now here again refresh, refresh, refresh. Now Alpha Waldo. Now again it is also stored. See? Now I want to delete this Opera. Perfect. This one is actually good. Only one suggestion. Now instead of list view, I would prefer grid view. Okay. And instead of button, this button is there down now after this paragraph. If it is side by side, if the both are, that would look something good if it is in list view. That is the only thing, but except that everything is perfect. Now next, this one. Oh, which is a simple design. This one. Okay. Now click, click, click. Okay. It is changing the size also. Obviously, he did not mention any particular size, I think. So based on the quotation, automatically the size is changing. Okay, that is actually okay. Background is also changing. Save. See, he mentioned the grid view. Now here save. Now again click save. Now let's delete this. Perfect. Any doubts, sir? No. Like I think everyone achieved the actual one. Get quote. Oh, it is changing. Save. Very good. It is saving. Delete operation he did not put. It should be done. But remaining is good. Now I think he mentioned everything, whatever the projects he did in a list. Now in the last one, quote. It's better. I want you to see. I'm suggesting you to maintain one list. It's what he did is he created one HTML table. In HTML table, he gave all the links for the click in the anchor tags. So every time you did one project, you mention it in one index.html also. So that way you can understand it like by the end of the course how many projects you did, right or not? Every day you are giving me the links, okay, but they may all lost randomly. Okay. So I want you to keep it a profile like this. Now that's good. Here, wake up. Okay, wake up. I want what? Okay, this is actually good. Okay. Oh, is it a loader? Set timeout loader. It's a loader, sir. See. So see what he did is first he put this button. Until he click on this button, API will not call. Now after this, he put one set timeout. So it's like the loading. Loading loader he will put now. That loader duck one he will put. He put it like some set timeout. After certain timeout, it will stop. And after the set time it is over only, API call will start. Now here new quote. Okay. Save. It is saved here. And again new quote. Save. Okay, they saved with alpha, beta, gamma kind of things. Okay, it's nice. And delete. The quote will be deleted. Okay, deleted. That's actually nice. Having a design language. Perfect. Now this is also good. Refresh. I don't think it's refreshing. Okay, it's refreshing. Now refresh. Now it is taking time. Why? Better than remaining things, it's taking time. Huh. Okay, he put it automatic one. Okay, that's what I am thinking. Like I am only clicking it. No, save. Now saved one. Now saved one. Now the saved one should not change the color. Saved one should be separate div. Okay, that won't give much impact. See why I am telling you this all. Coding is easy. You all will code because you all know how to do random quotations. But when you do, some designs will be so good, some designs will not be good because there will be some reasons behind it. When you see other people's code and other people design, then only you will understand it. I said you in the first day only how to become a good developer. First, you should see someone's code. Okay. Now go here. I like this design. You know why? Because quotations are actually having it some kind of font, nice font. But none of the people put the actual quotations. Quotations will start the quotation symbol. I expect anyone will keep the quotation symbol at the starting and ending. No one did. Anyway, let's see. Refresh, refresh, save, and it's been saved here. Favorite quote. Okay, let's s- save again. Another one. Save. Yeah, this is actually good. Now, if I wanna clear it, clear. Good. Next, click the button to display the quotes. What? Hey, this guy thought it differently. See, listen. Who did this random quote 100? I think offline only. See, the thought process of him is completely different. What he did is usually what I gave you randomly what will show, and you can save one thing. But instead of this, he's showing you random save. You are not getting any quote. If you click on add, a random quote will come and will be added there. You got my point? Okay. When we discuss one thing, I want you to think about creatively like this something different. Anyway, it's not the requirement, but still, I want you to think it something new because you are not working in that working now. You are actually thinking stage. So you can think as freely as you are. Okay. Is the background changing? Yes, background is also changing. That's nice. Now here, random quotations, except quotation spelling, everything is good. Refresh, refresh, save. It is saving it here only. It's better if it is saved out of the box. See, if the gap is there, it would be more better. Whoever did this. Now, but remaining all perfect. Next one. This one is simple. Good. This one is actually following nice principle. Good. Perfect. Click me. Buddha. Saved quote. Okay. Next. Yeah. If the gap is there, if UI can be better. Okay, but better it can be. Study the past to improve the change will be perfect. Okay. Who did this random API Sava? Whoever did online, I think someone did. I liked it. He is even mentioning how many quotations I have seen, right? Number of quotations you have visited, or if I save it. Okay, the design is for saving is also actually good. Except that he did not put the delete button. If you put delete button, it would actually good. Now next one. Okay, this one whoever did it has to understand it. Like see on white color you can't see it. New quote, new quote is coming. Saving saved quote. Design is good except that put the black color of our text. Good. Okay, this one I opened it already. Not but not least this one. Show your birth marker. What is this? Quotation. Oh, bookmark. If I click here bookmark, it will bookmark. And if I click here, it will click here and it will be gone. Okay. It's like auto set auto you to put. Now, what about this but for white? It's like brand. Huh, it's okay. Yeah. Okay, it's impressive that many people participated, but as we have the group, I'm expecting 100% pass 100% participation. Okay, next onwards. Now let's try. Today it's a normal topic only. Open it here. Open text. Now, in the olden times, actually, sir, before React 16.8 version, now we are in React 18.8 version 18. We are expecting actually in this month we are expecting React 19. Okay, so it's like some of the glimpses were released. Max to max in 1 2 months, you will get React 19. The syntaxes may change also. We don't know. So React 16.8 version introduced something called hooks. Introduced something called hooks. I think we already discussed something called functional component versus class components, right? Earlier, functional components used to be called as stateless components. Stateless components. Okay. You know why? Because functional components, there is no value, there is no updation called state. Okay. We used to use static data in the functional components, and later in React 16.8, they introduced something called hooks. Use state, use effect. Okay. There are so many hooks actually. Every hook is introduced in 16.8 version only. Now, sir, but 16.8 version before also we used to have API calls now. If you remember, I showed you one example how the state will be done in class component using set state. Then, sir, I want to do this use effect also using class component only. How do you do? How the old like traditional programmers used to do in the before 16.8? They used to do something called okay life cycle methods. Life cycle methods. These methods, these methods will get triggered, will get triggered at different stages, at different stages of components life cycle, right? See, these are different stages in humans life cycle. Now, for example, if I have it like mm, playing, okay, or studying, or job, or marriage, or mm, it's like basic things. It's like the basic life cycle methods. Now imagine, sir, this all are different methods. Playing is one method. It's like each one is one work only now. Playing is one work, and the job is one work, or the kind of marriage is one work, or any other things are there. They are works. Now, to say you precisely, each of these methods, each of these works will happen automatically in different stages of your life, right or not? For example, sir, crying. Crying will automatically happen whenever the person born. The immediate thing the person born, it will cry. Okay, it's not mandatory, but it's what the usual assumption I'm giving. Right? You got my point. So similarly, after getting a toddler stage or kid stage, automatically they will be towards the playing, and at different stages they will be towards job, or they will be into studying or kind of things. Similarly, sir, my component also will have three phases. Like component mounting phase. Mounting means the birth phase. Whenever the component mounted on the screen, first rendering is mounting. Or whenever the component state is updated, that is updating phase. Or whenever the component unmounted, that means the component it's deleted, you are going into another component, from one component to another component. Now in these three stages there are different functions automatically will get triggered, sir. Okay, let's see what are those functions, and let's do one program also regarding it. Now, life cycle methods in React images. Now, the first one, initialization, which is constructor. Where is this? Yeah. Sir, before any phase, you know, before the you born, first life is formed. Okay, something life is formed in the womb and you will form. Similarly, the life of your particular component will be formed when constructor called. At that particular time constructor will got called. Constructor will get called before the life cycle starts, sir. Actually, before the update mounting happened, first method, what is the first method called in any class? Constructor. What is that? Constructor. But constructor have one rule. You know what is that? Always the first statement in constructor should be super. Okay, super. Or if you are passing any properties, you should be super props. Okay, if you are passing properties, it is super props. If you are not passing any props, it will be normal super. But this is the first statement in any constructor. Okay, now automatically constructor will get triggered. Sir, do you call the constructor? No, constructors will not be called. Not any of the life cycle methods will not be called, ma. You won't call any life cycle methods, they will be automatically triggered. Just for an understanding, for the persons who don't know, method and function are different. What is the difference is, if you are writing a normal function, normal work, it's a function. But if you are writing a function for the class, that means that function is for the class only, inside the class, and it is defined for the class. It's called method. What it is called? Method. Because ultimately, one object will use them. I think you know the OOPS principles, right? For the persons who don't know, sir, for example, one class is there, ma. Class A, which is having a method named run. That's why in class, for methods, you won't write it any function kind of thing. Okay. Now open, close. Now close this. Let me tell you how to call that run method. Anyone tell me? Object. Very good. The person who know OOP will understand it. How do you get that run method? You will call some, first you will create one object. You will write it here something like let obj equals to new a. Then object will be created. This object will call the run. That means that function, whatever the run is there, that belongs to the object, right or not? If you create another object, again for another object, another run copy will come, right or not? So whatever the inside the classes, actually they are belongs to its objects. Okay, they create one new copy and they will give for objects. And that's why anything inside the class is called, if you write it one value, sir, for example, inside the class, if you write something, before this, let me write it. Inside the class, data is called called property. That's a property for object. For example, you are writing inside the class x equals to 20. X is a property for object. If you write it ob.x, 20 will come now, right or not? Now, at the same time, function is called method. They belongs to that particular objects called method. This is a basic ma because sometimes in interviews they will ask tricky questions like this. Now, anyway, now here first method is constructed after this mounting phase. In the mounting phase, what are the methods, sir? Anyway, in class will start with render. Okay, because if render is not run, you will not get anything on the screen, right or not? Now, in the render, the actual method which will run is component mount. Now here, component did mount. Component did mount. It will get called when the component mounting happened. When the component mounting happened. It's like the birth ceremony celebrated whenever the person born. Okay. So it is meaning that okay, component is mounted. You wanna do anything. You know what is equivalent? Use effect. Use effect also will get called whenever the component mounted, right or not? The first time. But use effect can also be called every time state changes also. But component did mount will not get called like that. Only the first time it will get called. So use effect with empty dependency. Use effect with empty dependency is nothing but component did mount. You got my point, sir? If you give use effect with empty dependency, what will happen, sir? First time only once called. Whenever the mounting started, whenever the component mounted, same thing will happen here also. Any doubts, ma? No. Similarly, next updating phase. Updating phase means whenever the component you updated. Okay. Now here you have methods like this. Okay. In olden times, we used to have get derived state from props and all. Let's write it here. Get derived state from props and then should component update get snapshot before component before update and component did update. I think render also there will be in between. Sir, order is important. You know why? Because this is the same order it will get triggered. Render. Now see, these are the things it will get called my easily. Get derived state from props, should component get update, get snapshot before render and component did update. Okay. Then next, whenever the component is unmounted, then only one thing will call component did unmount, did unmounted, unmount. So these are already predefined methods. You are not defining them or you are not calling them. If you just mention them, automatically they will call whenever the comes at that time. You got my point? Okay. It's like you fixed one gift or you fixed one box which will automatically open whenever your person automatically comes to that particular stage. Okay. Now, here, let's start it. Let's do one simple class component, sir. Refresh Now let's go here. Terminal, new terminal. Now, now npm life cycle methods. Sir, someone asked one question. Life cycle methods. See, listen, I am okay. CD projects now first. CD projects. Now inside this life cycle methods. Clear. Sir, listen, someone asked this question. They are already inside the lifecycle methods. They want to install the project into this lifecycle methods. But if you use normally bit will what will happen? Bit will create another folder, and that folder will be inside this folder, right or not? No, I want to install the bit in this folder only. I don't want any subfolder. In this case, sir, you can use something called dot. Dot means current directory. Now npm create bit at the rate latest space dot space dot. That means I'm saying it install the bit in the current directory. Dot means current. And what is the current directory here? Life cycle methods. Now here, now automatically it will install, sir. Package name lifecycle methods. And here React. Now JavaScript. Now npm install clear. I need to do npm install and all. Npm install. I can write it I also. It will work. Install and I both are same. Now, see sir, in the lifecycle methods only it is installed directly, right or not? There are some variations so that every time if you try the variations, you will understand it easily. Mm. Next, npm install and then npm run dev, which will run the application. Go here, go to your application, sir. Go to src, sir. Go here and delete everything. App.css, I don't want to delete. I don't want this only. I don't want app.css only. Index.css, you can keep it. It's not a big deal. Now go here. Sir, for class component, R, R means React. Okay. RFC, React functional component. RCC, React class component. Or you can write it something RCC, React class component. Let's write it here, sir. See, automatically, this is the basic syntax for any class component, sir. Right or not? Right, sir? See, automatically I got it. Class component, extends component, and import the component, render, return. These were the common things. Now, constructor. Now, and I'm taking one state value also. I will take it counter value only. Same counter program only I'm doing it. This time I will show you like in mounting phase and updating phase and all. Okay. For constructor, first thing what you need to do, super. After super, now here what I will do, sir, I will take it state. What you will take? State. Now in the state, sir, you will write it a value. What is the value? You will write it count. Initially, what is the count value? 0. Clear, ma? Now, here, if someone here, I will put it one button, sir. Button plus and paragraph also count, which is braces. And inside this JSX, I wanted to, what I have to write? Count or this dot count? This dot count. Very good. This dot count. Nahi, nahi. Count is not in this also. Count is inside the state. So this dot state dot, very good, state dot count. Now let's go here and let's see your application. Why it's not taking it? State is not defined. I defined the state, right? No, huh? ఏం వేరియబుల్ అమ్మా స్టేట్ ముందు కాన్స్ట్ సంథింగ్ అలాగా I don't think we need to write it const and all. No, set state is for updations, right? This is initialization. I think you can initialize how many values you wanted using state. Hmm? No, I think already we did it one value, na? This dot state. If I write it here, why by default it should take its state, na? Will it be something like this? This dot state equals to, okay, yes, it works. Perfect. Now go here and in the constructor, I'm just writing it, sir, here only. Console dot log constructor called. Sir, the first thing which will any function, sorry, any class will run, the first thing is constructor. See, constructor called came, right or not? Now, next method, I'm writing one more method, sir. After constructor, I'm writing one method. Component did mount. See, you can see all the things in suggestions. Component did mount. Now in the component did mount, I'm writing it here. Console, just I'm not doing anything. I'm just consoling it every method. Console.log here. Mounting happened. Sir, I want to call an API call whenever a mounting happened. You will do in this method. Okay, now see. Now go here. Now see, what is the first method called? And here mounting method called 2 times because React strict mode is there. Okay. Same like your how your use effect will be called 2 times. Is it clear, ma? Any doubts? No. Next one. Next one. Now component should component update. Should component update. And I'm writing it console.log should component update called update called, and here now let's go here. Let's run this. Now go here. Now, sir, is the component update called? You know why? It will be called only when you are trying to update the value. When you are trying to update the value. So let's try to update this value, sir. Let's go here. And whenever I click on this button, I am writing it here only on click. And here only, let's write it some logic. And here, set state. Set state, this dot set state, which is equals to this dot state dot count plus 1. This dot state dot count, comma. Now go here, refresh. Now plus set state takes the object of state variables to update or a function to return. It took the object count and it updated. Why it is not working? On click takes an object of state variable to update. Set state will take it two things. One is a callback function and a state value. That's what I gave. State value is count, which is 0. And then I just updated. Okay. I directly write it like this. Nah, it should not write like this. I should use something here. Uh, this dot set state. Huh? It is right only now. Why it's stopping it? Set state, set state. Now, set state is taking a method which will make it, okay, directly a callback function. Let's write it here, which will take it here state. And in this, so let's update it. Return, return count. This dot state. No. Count will become state dot count plus 1. Let's go here. See now, now see, should component update called? But actually, we get it one warning. Is the component updated, sir? Did I get it here plus one? No. Why? Because first thing, whenever state happening, first thing it will call the should component update and it will ask, do I need to update or not? This component should return something. Now, should component update where it is there? Here, it if I return here, return true. If I return true, then component update will happen, whatever the updation you give. If it is returning false, component will never get update, even though you write a function for update. Now go here. See, component updated. Same thing. If I write it here, return false. Component updated. See, component is not updated. See here, but just called. That method is called, but it is not updated. So one thing you should understand when someone asks you what is lifecycle method, these methods will get automatically get called at a different stages of component lifecycle. Okay. When next, okay, sir. Now here I will write it one more method here. Component snapshot and all we don't use it much actually. Component did update. Now here console dot log component updated. Now go here. Now see, sir, is component updated called? Why? Because component is not updated, right or not? Now here I will say it like something true, true. And here you can write it something called, see, component updated called. You got my point? Sir, you have five components. One person is going from one component and he understand everything and he is going into another routing, another page. In that page, this component will not be there. So whenever you are leaving that component, you want one message. For example, if you take banking applications or government application forms, whenever you are leaving that page, it will show you, do you really want to leave this page? You want to show something, you want to do something whenever someone leaving the page. Component did unmount, you will use. Okay, or I am clicking it here, sir. State is updating. Whenever a state is updating, value will change. And I want to show it like, do you really want to change? In the component, should component update, I will show. And if you click on yes, it I will return. Or in the component updated, then I will show one message. Successfully, you have updated the value like that. You got my point, sir? Because these methods automatically will get triggered at different stages, sir. Now you have several other methods also, like get snapshot or component. Where is this? First thing, get a derived state from props. What is this is? In case what if your component is getting class component is getting properties from other component. One component send the properties to another component, props to another component. Both are class components only. In this case, what will happen? The one which receives first will call get derived state from the props, because you can also send the properties as state also. I think you know that state also can be sent as one prop, right? So if it is sent, first it will take its state and update the state, and then it will come for updations. Now, second one, if you write it here, get snapshot, it is used to store the values. Sir, I am storing it 0 is updated as 1. 1 is updated as 2. I wanted previous values. I want to know what is the value before 1 is there. I don't know the logic. User don't know the logic at all, right? You know that you put 1, 2 or something. What if you went to the program and already everything is written? Now to get this kind of things, you will use something called get snapshot. Get snapshot. Okay. which will do the same rendering one. Now here console.log get snapshot. Get snapshot update called. Now, okay. Now it also should return something. Okay. Now here I did not return anything, but see, get snapshot returned, get snapshot called. So, but what is the order? You should see the order. First should component update, and then get snapshot, and then the component updated. You got my point, sir? In between, rendering will be there. Rendering means whatever happening on the screen. Okay. So, sir, first thing, whenever you are clicking on here plus what is happening, first this should component will update, and then get snapshot will update, and then okay, if should component is true, if should component is true, then it will update the screen, update the screen like user interface. It will update. That means this render method will work. Then only user interface will be updated now, and then you will get it one in place of count here. You will get it here one, and then everything happened. So component did update will be called. Is it clear, ma? Is everyone clear? So in interviews, if they ask you life cycle methods, what you have to pitch is these are the methods by default will be there in class components, which will get triggered at different stages of component life cycle. Okay, they will automatically get triggered, sir. Now, any doubts here? Any doubts here, sir? No. So today's task, life cycle methods, just revise it. It's not a big deal. Today's task, I will give you another task. Today's task. What I can give you. I want countdown timer. Try. I want countdown timer. Like I will give you one user interface. For example, here three buttons are there. You hint is you can use set the timeout method. Okay, and use effect and use state. Okay, if not, bring it to me. We'll discuss it tomorrow. No worries. Basic one here 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes are there. Simple. Now, if someone click on 5 minutes, sir, now here I want you to display 5 minutes time. It's like 5, the next 4:59, 4:58, 4:57, 4:56, like that until 00. When 00 happen, you will show time is over. That's it. You got my points? The time should go in reverse, and for this time reverse, I think you can use one method called set interval. Set interval will be working very nicely. Okay, but how do you update the hours? How do you update the minutes? And how you can do? It's a big logic. It's not a small logic. I'm saying it. There is two things you need to focus on in this. One is date component. How do you create date method? And in the date method, new date, you will create one object. Or another one is set uh, interval, which will update automatically the time. Okay, and you have to update the hours and all. Biggest risk is this: if your minutes are over the 60, when it comes to 0, automatically hour should change. Now here, see, Imagine 459, 458 until 400 came. The next one, when it started 59, it should be 359. You got my point? Is everything clear, sir? Yeah. Implement for one. If you implement for 5 minutes, same thing will repeat it for 10 minutes or 20 minutes. It's not a big deal. Okay. But think about it. Yeah. Now, if we order the change, will the sequence will run or it will return in the order itself? Now, one guy asked me a nice question, Satish Kumar. Sir, always if you it however you write it, I write the constructor at the end of the class. It doesn't matter. It will run first. Whatever the life cycle method, should component update or anything, wherever you write, it doesn't matter. It will run in the same order. Okay. Yeah. Now the task I'm repeating one more time. You will give one time. User will click this button. Initially this is not there. Okay. Initially user will have three buttons. I will click on any time. If I click on here, something called 1 minute or 2 minutes, if I click on 2 minutes, now it will show here something like 2. It started with 200, 159, 158. I mean, not in the serial order, same thing will replace. Okay. 156, oh sorry, 57, like that. Countdown. How much time you want to count down? You all use countdown timers, right? Automatically. Did you guys ever used? I want it. Imagine in your application, you are doing one application, it's a task based. Okay. And I want to know how much time happened. Or you are doing game. I want to know how much time you are spending it for your game. Only risk in this point is making time forward is easy in JavaScript. Making time reverse is kind of task. And use your research. Sir, how can I get it? I'm not saying you to just think only. Go here in the free front end React. Now go here, React. Now here, countdowns will be there. Where are they? Oh, countdowns are not there in React. Okay, maybe in JavaScript it will be there, I think. Come here. No, seriously. Where you can check it. Code pen countdown timer. Now go and check it all the pens which are having countdown timers. Check it like different countdown timers. And this is a basic timer they are using it. Start the timer. And it is triggering. See, I want the same thing. And if I click on stop, it's getting stopped. Now I don't want start and stop. I want it like, see, this guy used only 30 minutes. I want you to fix that one in a button. And I will click the button and it should start. Okay, for 5 minutes or something. And this one is in JavaScript. I want you to convert it into React. There are already so many things, countdown timers in the internet. Check it. Sir, even after checking so many things, if I'm not getting it, sir, you are living in an era of nice AIs. There are three AIs which are good. First one is ChatGPT, where you can ask. Again, I'm saying it. Never ever copy the code from ChatGPT. I want you to see it, understand it, and make it on your own. Asking ChatGPT is not wrong, but understanding it. Sir, you see the ChatGPT code. You did not understand something. Post it. Post it in the group. Sir, what is this? ChatGPT is saying this. I am not understanding it. I will tell you what it is. But don't copy blindly. Okay. Second one, Gemini. I don't know how many people use it. It's a replacement of Bard. Earlier, Bard used to be there. Bard is changed as Gemini by Google. Okay. Or Third one, Perplexity, which is based on coding based. Perplexity AI. So these three are coding based AIs, text based ones. If you give text editor, automatically these three things will give you code. Okay. There is nothing wrong using the AI, but if you are not understanding the things, if you are just copying it blindly, that itself will lose your skill. You got my point? Is it clear, ma? If you are using AI, make it something better. Okay, more interesting. Any doubts? Online, any doubts? Online, any doubts, sir? Online, anyone have any doubts? Okay, yeah. I hope no. For the persons who don't have Telegram group, ma, please check it in classroom. In the classroom, already Telegram group is posted. Okay, like today notes, I will post it in the classroom. Yeah. Thank you.